probably a couple of days before it's in full bloom. This is a wattle plant. The green and the gold. I should have led with that. G'day guys. If you're like me, you've probably been watching a lot of the Olympics the last couple of days, and you might have been wondering, why does Australia not wear colours based on its flag like most of the other countries? I would have said all of the other countries, but New Zealand doesn't either. Presumably for the same reason we don't. Our flag is the same colours as the British flag, and fuck the British. In short, we've made our own fucking sporting colours, we've decided on our own sporting colours, and I've written an essay about why and when and how, but I don't want to be reading the essay and looking like this. If you're a regular subscriber of the channel, you'll know what's coming, but I'm going to give you a bunch of Australian native animals to look at. You're going to hear my voice for the next couple of minutes. If you've got a pile of laundry that you need to fold, if it's just been sitting there for days on end, go and fold it while you listen. Lock your screen, listen to me talk and fold that laundry, because you don't necessarily have to look at the screen, but I'm going to tell you why Australia wears green and gold, and why we don't wear red, white and blue, why we don't wear the colours of our flag. I'll get into it, you get into it. Before we do though, hit the like button. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. You know how YouTube works. I like money. Turning some of Google's ad revenue into my money is what I like doing. Do me a solid. Anyway, here's the essay I wrote. The colours green and gold are synonymous with Australian sports and national pride. These vibrant colours, symbolising the country's lush landscapes and mineral wealth, have a rich history that dates back to the late 19th century. This video will explore the history of Australians wearing green and gold in a sporting capacity, detailing when and why these colours first became part of the norm, and examining the reasons they became a long-standing tradition. Do me a solid and hit the like button now, as in right now, and then we'll get into it. The first recorded instance of an Australian team wearing green and gold was the national cricket team during their tour of England in 1899. This decision marked the beginning of an enduring tradition. The choice of these colours was likely influenced by several factors, including the desire to establish a distinct national identity and to symbolise Australia's unique national heritage. Our flag's colours are the same as the British: red, white and blue. So if we were to separate ourselves from them fully, we would need some separate colours too, at least from an optics perspective. During the late 19th century, Australia was still in the process of defining itself as a nation, distinct from its British colonial roots. The adoption of unique national colours for its cricket team was a significant step in this process. Green and gold were chosen for their representations of the Australian landscape. Green for the forests and fields, and gold for the country's mineral wealth and the golden wattle, which would later become the national floral emblem. Some folks will say that we wear green and gold as a reflection of our national floral emblem, being the golden wattle, but we were wearing the colours long before that plant became the national emblem, so that's not entirely true. It's not entirely false either though, because the two things are related. We wanted something that was uniquely Australian, and the golden wattle flowering was likely an inspiration because it is uniquely Australian. But it's not entirely true that the floral emblem inspired the wardrobe choice, because wattle only became the national floral emblem of Australia in 1988, almost 100 years after that initial cricket team wore green blazers. But let's lay some context down. The golden wattle, Acacia picantha, was officially proclaimed as the national floral emblem of Australia in 1988, although its significance was recognised long before this official designation. The wattle's bright yellow flowers and green foliage were seen as a natural choice to represent the nation. The symbolism of these colours extended beyond their natural representation. They were also seen as embodying the spirit and resilience of the Australian people. Green and gold quickly became a source of national pride. By wearing these colours, Australian athletes were not only representing their country, but also its values and natural beauty. This symbolism resonated deeply with both the athletes and the public, fostering a sense of unity and national identity. Following the cricket team's lead, other Australian sports began to adopt green and gold as their official colours. This trend gained momentum in the early 20th century as Australia participated in more international sporting events on the whole. The colours were used by teams in various sports, including rugby, athletics, and field hockey, among others.
The 1908 London Olympics marked a significant milestone in the adoption of green and gold for Australia. The Australian team, competing as part of the combined Australasia team with New Zealand, wore green and gold uniforms. This event was crucial in establishing these colours as the standard for Australian sports teams in international competitions. The formal recognition of and mandate for green and gold as Australia's national colours came much, much later, on the 19th of April 1984. Governor-General Sir Ninian Stephen declared these colours as the official national colours of Australia. This declaration was a formal acknowledgement of a tradition that had already been firmly established over many decades, as I've said. The 1984 declaration solidified the association between green and gold in Australian sports. It was a recognition of the colours' historical significance and their role in representing the nation on the global stage. The official status of green and gold also helped standardise their use across all Australian sports, ensuring consistency and reinforcing national identity. The cultural significance of green and gold extends beyond their use in sports, though. These colours are deeply embedded in the national consciousness now and are used in various national symbols, including the Australian coat of arms. They are also prominent in national celebrations and events, such as Australia Day and Anzac Day. The legacy of green and gold in Australian sports is evident in the pride with which athletes wear these colours. They symbolise not only sporting excellence, but also the values and heritage of the nation. Australian sports fans have embraced these colours, often wearing them to support their teams and celebrate national achievements. I'm wearing two different teams' paraphernalia right now as I say this. The tradition of wearing green and gold in Australian sports has endured for several reasons. Firstly, the colours are distinctive and easily recognisable, helping to create a strong and consistent national identity on the international stage. Secondly, the symbolism associated with green and gold resonates deeply with Australians, reflecting the country's natural beauty and values. Finally, the historical precedent set by early adopters, such as the cricket team in 1899, established a strong foundation for this tradition. The history of Australians wearing green and gold in a sporting capacity is a testament to the importance of national identity and symbolism. From their early adoption by the cricket team in 1899 to their official recognition as the national colours in 1984, green and gold have become synonymous with Australian sports and pride. These colours symbolise the country's natural beauty, values and resilience, and they continue to inspire athletes and fans alike. Personally, I think our national flag should change. And when it does, not if, when, I think we should have a green and gold boxing kangaroo smack bang right in the middle of it like a Welsh dragon. But that's just me. And that's the end of this video now, guys. Hit the subscribe button and like button. You know how YouTube works.
And that's that, guys. The two different teams I spoke about are the Wallabies and the Kangaroos, right? Both rugby teams. This is rugby league, this is rugby union. This is the rugby ball. That's rugby league, the code I'm talking about, and they use green and gold as well. I'm not going to lie, I'm just trying to smush this video out to 8 minutes so that I can get ads at the beginning, in the middle and the end. So if you haven't yet, do me a solid and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, poke around the channel, see if you like me. I reckon I've probably hit the 8-minute mark by now, but yeah, Kangaroos, Wallabies, green and gold, much better colours than red, white and blue, in my opinion, but I realise that there are probably some Americans who would disagree with me. This is a wattle plant. This is the golden wattle that I was telling you about, actually, before I walked past. We're probably a couple of days before it's in full bloom. This is a wattle plant. The green and the gold. I should have led with that, right? I should have fucking led with that.